Oh. It's just you. What are you doing here? Learning how to fight tyrannical governments in the mountains? Huh.
Mega based.
Well, you know, in order to do that, you need to be able to sustain yourself. And you know, what better way to sustain yourself than with an ass pack? You see? Can you see it? Can you see my ass pack? Let's talk about that more whenever we get back to the house, okay? So instead of going back home to take a look at this, I figured we'd just take a look at it while we're out here. So what I'm going to do is, instead of being behind the camera, or I will be behind the camera and giving you guys kind of like a POV of everything I have in here. But I just wanted to show you guys how I have it hooked up. So this bag has those little pass-through things on the bottom, and so I ran the actual straps from the thing, from the roll up through here. Alright, so let's go on ahead and unstrap this, and I'll put it up on a tree so you guys can see it better. So here is the whole thing rolled out. So what we're going to do is we'll go from the front to the back, and I have two basic categories of things in here. I have essentials and then stuff that I put in there to fill space. So as I'm going through, I'll let you know which one's which. Alright, so starting up here in the front, we have a Sharpie for marking stuff. The reason why I have a Sharpie rather than just a regular gel pen is because not only can a Sharpie write on paper, stuff like that, it can also write on skin very easily, and it can write on wood just like that.
Suck my dick.
Alright, so next thing I have in here is this. It's a spork, just a eating utensil. And then I also have these, which are also eating utensils. Spoon, fork, knife, and then the knife itself has a can opener. Next up, zip ties. The reason why I have zip ties and I have black ones is because I have green ones in my bag that are easily seen. They're neon green or high-vis green, whatever you want to call it. But I want black ones so that way I can tie stuff down without it being as visible. Over here, I have a little CRKT Cricut folding knife. And then up here I have an actual fixed blade. It's just a small one, just a cheap one I bought from Walmart, but it does do the job. It's an Ozark Trail, and it's pretty damn sharp. Next up, we have two fire starters. These are the cheap-ass, like, Coleman brand. You can still kind of see it on there, but they're the Coleman brand magnesium ferro rods. And the reason I have two is because two is one and one is none. So out of everything I've already gone over, the only thing I would consider is filler, just filling up space, is this spork. Because, you know, I already have other eating utensils, which is just redundancy. But everything else on here, I would say, is relatively necessary, at least to live in the woods comfortably, or to survive comfortably. Next, I have a compass, just a cheap one from Walmart, and then I have this, which is a sharpening stone, and it's actually got one for fine, one for coarse, a leather, and then I think it's like a fucking toner or some shit. I don't know. But very nice. And then over here, I have a shitty flashlight. Just a cheap one. It does work. And then next up, I have a little bit of medical, right? So This is an extra tourniquet, and then just a little tiny bit of extra. I have some alcohol prep pads, gauze pads, and then a little bit of Band-Aids of various sizes, right? And then moving on. This is another filler object because I genuinely don't like Swiss Army knives, but I had one. Might as well throw it in here if I got the space. Next up is a bandana. I'm not going to unroll this because that would be a bitch to put back. But this is a camouflage bandana. It's obviously not the same kind of camo as that I'm wearing, but it does the job. As you can see, it's obviously not the same kind of camo that I'm wearing, but it still does the job for both concealing yourself, like blending in with nature, as well as concealing your identity. All right, next up, we have this, which is a Coleman Walmart brand serrated saw, like a handsaw. But this right here actually does very good whenever I have to cut something down.
Oh, man. Oh, hi.
Like, genuinely, this is one of the best tools that I've ever bought from Walmart for the woods and stuff. Alright, so next, this is just cardboard inside of a plastic bag to help start fires. And then we also have just a little spade for digging shitholes for whenever you have to go take a shit out in the woods. This right here is two tools in one. So this is actually a number 2 pencil. The tip has been broken off, but you can just sharpen that down so you can be able to write with it. But it's also 25 feet of duct tape, of Blaze Orange duct tape nonetheless. So this is 25 feet, and this is 25 feet of Blaze Orange duct tape. Right here is a better light than that one, but as you can see, it's not turning on. And give me 1 second, but I will show you guys why that is. Well, so the flashlight, right, that wouldn't turn on. What I did is in here, shove a little piece of duct tape. Just a piece of duct tape that goes over top of the batteries, and boom, your light turns back on. You don't drop the shit. The reason I have this is because that way I don't accidentally ND my light while it's inside of the bag, waste all that battery and stuff. Alright, and then one of the last tools I have is this. It's just a Walmart brand multi-tool. It's got all the essentials as well as pliers. I'd rather have this than a Swiss Army knife, and this is also redundant because I keep one of these in my chest rig, but not always am I going to be wearing my chest rig. However, I don't know why I'm wearing the fucking bandana. It's not like you guys could see me. Anyways, I don't know any situations where I would have the chest rig and not have this. However, I do know a couple situations where I would have this, but not the chest rig. Because this right here, this is just a tool roll that you can take with you wherever. Moving on up, there's 3 pockets up here. And so up here I keep fire starters. So this is a bunch of cotton balls and a tiny little lighter. This is another knife sharpener, as well as some Ear Pro. And then I have Strike Anywhere matches, a striker, and then toilet paper that has been coated with petroleum jelly. And that does it for my tool roll. That's everything I have in here. This is a Bucket Boss brand. I got this on Amazon for probably like 30 bucks, I think. And I used this a lot back whenever I was camping all the time in Boy Scouts and stuff, but it really also does come handy whenever you're doing, like, talking about like Minuteman survival type stuff. So once everything is back together, it'll look just like this. Nice and snug, like a bug in a rug. And then it just fits right there underneath the bag. Well, anyway, YouTube, this is a Call of Duty skin signing off. See you guys in the next one.